Invited.
Juliette Petrusewicz, before I came on air, and you were talking about these, and I could just tell by your voice that you genuinely love these.
I love these.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about them, and it's not a product area that I ever thought would excite me, but these are absolutely beautiful, soft and sumptuous and warming and cosy.
Well, 802407 is the item number for the monogram. Now, I said by Bura. Is that the right pronunciation?
It's Boira.
Boira.
Yeah.
Boira, comfort. I'm thinking maybe German. Fleecy heated cover. We've got £64 as the price for the double, but the single would be £42 and £54. I thought that was different on the bottom of the screen. Double is 60, king is 63. I am right. On the bottom of the screen, it actually says 42.50.
Yeah, that's right. It's 42.50.
We're just checking which is the right price. Okay. So, yeah, single is £42.50, double is £64, then the king is £72, and the Super King is £83. Sorry, I thought I was going crazy there. Brand new today, 802407 is the item number. So just explain what we've actually got here.
OK, so this is a heated cover which goes over your mattress, so you don't need a mattress cover anymore. This is fully skirted, so it fits flush with your mattress, and then you put your fitted sheet over the top. And what this does, it gives you a number of heat settings, so you can actually have a warm and cosy bed, and you can have a nighttime setting to leave it on all night, so you just stay nice and cosy. The best environment to sleep in is a cool room and a warm bed, and this is exactly what it gives you.
And it also means that you don't feel the necessity to pile things on top of you.
No.
I'm one of those people, I actually do not like to feel heavy bedclothes on top of me. I feel like it's crushing me. I hate the
I'm the same.
So I want something quite light, and yet I like a cold bedroom. I have the windows open in the middle of winter. Gales when I got home last night. It was like that in our bedroom. So I like the room cold, but I like my bed warm, and it is, you know, I love my Northern Nights, the down duvet, it's warmth without weight, but to have this to sleep on underneath.
Luxury. I mean, even this without heat, it's so soft and fluffy and cosy. But I've just switched it on. This is such an easy remote because it's so intuitive. You've got 6 heat settings. When you switch it on, it goes automatically into turbo heat. So it'll heat up quickly within 8 minutes. So what I would do is switch mine on, put the duvet over it to keep it warm, pop into the bathroom, take off my makeup, brush my teeth. That's 8 minutes for me. Come back and you've got a nice cosy bed. You've got time settings here, 1 hour, 3, 6, 12. So it's as easy as using your, alarm clock, for example. But what you would do is you would set it for however long you want it. If you're having a snooze during the day or a nap, or you want to read your book, and if you want to keep it on all night, just set it to setting 1. And that's it. You can go to sleep, your bed will remain nice and warm. This will cost on average 2p a night. That's at setting 1 for 8 hours. So really
probably an awful lot cheaper than having your heating running all night long. And maybe something really suitable, perhaps if you are a little bit more mature and you really feel the cold. This is a way that, you are going to be able to get nice and warm. As you mentioned, even during the day, if you've got cold because you haven't had the heating on, the worst thing you can do is to then sort of think, oh, well, I'll just put some more clothes on, some more clothes on. Because if you've actually got cold almost through to the bone, you know that feeling. I get that sometimes. When I used to go and watch my son playing football when he was a little boy, I'd get home and I'd actually feel like my bones were cold. I was so cold. And if you feel that, you could even snuggle into bed just for an hour or two, a nap in the afternoon, and you're lovely and cosy and warm again. So again, it's helping with the heating bills. You're not having to crank up an electric fire, are you, for example?
Well, exactly. And it's so safe to sleep on because you've got your hours. Well, I'm not going to sleep for 3 hours, but I put it on for 3 hours, and if I do fall asleep, it really doesn't matter. And all the Boira heated mattress covers all have a sleep-safe system, so it monitors the heat for you all night long, and if it is overheating, it'll switch off. It means there's a fault, it'll switch off. So they're really safe. You can just relax.
And of course, you don't have to leave it on.
No, you don't have to.
That's the other brilliant thing about this. If you are somebody who would prefer not to have that, you leave it on the bed, you've still got the comfort, the coziness, because this goes on underneath your base sheet. So you've still got the comfort and the coziness of that underneath your base sheet, but you can turn the heat off if you just have it on for those 8 minutes before you get into bed, so you're getting into a warm bed. For someone like me, I don't particularly like the flannelette sheets. I know, or flannel sheets that we sell here from Northern Nights. I know lots of people do. I'm not a big fan. I prefer the sort of cotton sheets, the smoother feel of them. But the trouble is, you do at this time of year when it gets colder and colder, you do get a little bit of sheet shock.
Yes.
Easy for me to say, not. I had to be careful then. But this way, I just think you'll have that warmth coming through. Still got the feel of the cotton when you get into the bed, but just a much warmer feel. And you're not sort of moving your hot water bottle around from where it was when you got in to down the bottom of the bed to put your feet on, and then you're cold up at the top again, so you're reaching down.
That's what I love. You can move around. It's not that, oh, I'll just edge my feet slowly to the bottom of the bed because it's going to be cold down there. In the middle of the night, if you do want to leave it on, you can move around. You don't think, well, I've made a warm shape, so I'm going to sleep like this all night, even though it's uncomfortable. And don't forget, this bit doesn't heat because you don't want your head to overheat.
No.
So it's from
it
the
starts
body,
from the shoulder down.
all the way down to the feet. And this control's so simple. And if you want to keep it on all night, just switch it to 1. It's the same as I'll turn off my lamp, set my alarm, switch this to 1, go to sleep, and you're done.
And just remind us, approximately, I mean, obviously it's an approximation, but approximately how much per night is this going to cost to run?
This is so economical. If you have it on all night, and we're saying 8 hours, it's going to be 2 pence.
2p to stay warm all night.
Unbelievable.
You know, and it does mean that you are going to be able to turn that heating, even if you don't turn it off completely. Perhaps you're going to be able to turn it down to an absolute minimum setting just to keep the house so that it's not freezing cold when you wake up in the morning. But 2 pence.
That's ridiculous.
So that works out, what, 14p a week? I mean, it's crazy. It's not a lot of money to keep you nice and warm. 802407 is the item number. If you want the Super King option, if you've got a Super King bed, we've only got single figure stock of that. And this heats the whole of the bed, doesn't it?
It's the whole bed, all the way from here to the feet. Now, it is just 1 heat for all, but the way it's designed, it does put slightly bit more heat, channels it down to the toes, but that's just the way that it's designed. And I just think that, you know, our windows, our radiators are under our windows in our bedroom, and they have been in every house I've lived in, and I always feel I'm chucking money out the window for having those on. And to have a nice, cool, fresh room, but still be warm in bed, because I get headaches if the window's shut. I do need that air circulation. And you feel groggy in the morning, whereas with this, you can have that fresh air, you can have that warmth, and you don't have to leave it on all night, but if you want to, you can, and it's just that joy and that comfort of getting into a cosy bed. 802407. Now, if you are thinking to yourself that you need to be able to have one side of the bed a different temperature control from the other, should you get this? The answer to that is no. Wait a minute, because we've got something different coming up in a second where you can actually have a bespoke sleep zone within the same bed. 802407 is the item number. It's the Monogram by Boyer Comfort Fleecy Heated cover in those different prices. Per size of bed. OK, so what we're moving on to next, then, is what you described to me as the Rolls Royce. Because this one is going to give you the opportunity to have different warmth settings on different sides of the bed. You actually have 4 heat zones here. So, again, it's like it's almost like 2 beds, but you've got a body and feet settings. So you can have, if you suffer from cold feet like me, you can have your feet warmer than your body, or you can have one on, one off, but you can just regulate it how you like it. And again, very simple control, and this is actually packed full of features. So we start off, we just switch it on at the side. So I'm going to put them both at 9, and you can see it's flashing turbo. So again, we've got our turbo start. So this will start heat up really quickly, 8 minutes again. And again, if you thought, well, I don't want it that hot, you can turn your side down, or if you want your body cooler and your feet warmer. So you've got total control.
And it does mean that if your partner is a colder sleeper than you are, or a warmer sleeper than you are, you can adjust the different sides of the bed to really suit you. I mean, the previous product we looked at, if you're both happy to have just the bed warming up or that minimal heat all the way through the night, fantastic. However, if you need your individual bespoke sleep zone, this is the way to do it. And as you say, I really also like the idea that you can have the body part of it cooler, because that's what I would do. I would have the feet quite warm, because I sleep with something across the end of the bed because my feet do get cold. The problem with that is halfway through the night, it slithers off the bed, and then you wake up at 5:30 in the morning and your feet are cold because the draft from the window that I've left open because I need the air. It's a lose-lose situation, isn't it? Whereas with this, you can leave that heat on your feet all night, long after your hot water bottle would have gone freezing cold. And it can keep you nice and toasty.
That's the whole point, you know, it's not going to cool down. You're in complete control. You can cool it down if you want. You've got a 12-hour timer on this, so it's just in 1-hour increments. So again, you can switch it on before you go to bed, or you switch it on whilst you're reading or snoozing or napping, whatever it is. And really clever thing about this, you can see how much power you've used up with your kilowatt setting, and again, 2p. I always think, is it £2? Because 2p sounds so little. 2p for 8 hours sleep. So it's unbelievably economical to run.
I mean, when you turn it on for that turbo, that's extra, is it? That's additional to the 2 pence.
Yes, it is. So the 2 pence is for your nighttime setting.
Yeah,
again,
so
this is
overnight,
heat 1 for nighttime setting.
Yeah.
But again, you know, if you switch it on here now, it takes, because it's such low power consumption, it takes a while for it to work out how much, but it's still really, really economical, more than blasting that heat out of the window from your radiator. It's also got an anti-allergy device, which is incredible. What you would do every once in a while, switch it on at this setting here, so you want 12 hours and it says anti-allergy. If you wake up with irritated eyes, sneezing and coughing, it's really because of dust mites. So what you want to do, put this on every once in a while, and what this does is actually dries out your mattress, gets rid of all the mildew, and that kills all the dust mites. So you've got your anti-allergy setting, you've got your kilowatt setting, you've got your timer, you've got your heater, and again, 4 heating zones.
And you know, it's an interesting point because we don't really realise, but during the night, if we do perspire, there's nowhere really for the perspiration to go other than into the mattress. So it is something that would be very good to do on occasion. You don't have to do it all the time, but just to make sure that that environment that you're sleeping on is a nice, healthier environment. So this one is 802-406, different from the first one that we looked at because you've got total control of the 4 zones here. On the 2 sides of the bed, you have got 2 separate zones. So you've got your body zone and you've got your foot zone. So you've got those 2 separate zones on each side, and you've got the 2 controls, so you can set it up to match your personal needs. Let's run through the prices that we've got for you, because we have got different prices once again for the single, the double, the king and super king. So your single on this one is £63, the double's £86, the king is £102 and the super king is £113. 802-406 is the item number.
I just wanted to show you, even though it's really economical to run, if you have it on heating 4 or less, you get this eco setting, so it becomes even more economical to run. Also, for an added safety feature, if it's on temperature 9, 8 or 7, which are the top 3 temperatures for more than 3 hours, it'll automatically turn it down to temperature 6. And again, it's got the sleep safe system, so if anything goes wrong during the night and it overheats, it'll just cut out automatically.
I'll ask you a question. If, for example, you spilt a cup of coffee or tea or anything like that, what happens?
It's washable. It is washable. I wouldn't, you know, be careful, because this, you know, the control panel and the plug, you wouldn't want to spill liquid on. You can put this into the machine, pop it in a duvet cover, both of them actually, into the machine at 30-degree woolen cycle, or you can hand wash it. So it is washable. You can keep it all year round. You don't have to have it switched on, because it's that extra comfort between your mattress and your fitted sheet, and it's so soft again and snuggly. It's just absolute luxury. And in fact, you know, the thought of getting into a cold bed now, I'm never ever going to do it again.
Oh, you've been spoiled.
I have.
If you want to spoil yourself too, 802-406 is the item number. Juliette, thank you very much indeed. Good to see you. Hope you had a good Christmas. You're looking all festive in your red.
I still feel Christmassy.
And stay watching. I'm up with Phil Parker next. Something to help you not fall over in the snow.
The Frank Usher brand has been synonymous with high fashion and glamour for over 65 years. Their sophisticated jewellery range is perfect for any occasion. Dress it up, dress it down. These timeless pieces